facing certain challenges while you started your own business. So could you please tell about them?
Biggest challenges I had to face was actually communicating with my team members of the ones who wanted to build a startup because
So how do you balance your academic as well as your professional life?
yeah, so luckily for me, this program was a summer camp. So it was during the summer. I had more time and no school in order to carry out these commitments. And so I was lucky then. But if you are going through this and have academic commitments as well, I'd say just Hi, I'm Christina Li. I'm a 16-year-old high school entrepreneur, and I was the co-founder of Earn Earnestly, a productivity tool where you helps you stop procrastinating, especially for young high schoolers like us.
Wow, so you are young entrepreneur at that age where people, struggle to find their career, but you already started the company and become an entrepreneur. So tell me more about your journey as a high school entrepreneur and what inspired you to start on your own business at such a young age.
Yeah, so I've been interested in the business field for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been thinking about it ever since middle school because you kind of have to know what you want to do these days from a very young age. So, what I liked about the business field is the flexibility because even if you go into business, if you choose something else to do in the future, you can always transition into that because you have the business skills to be able to do that. So that's why I was interested. And then after I joined high school,
Mm-hmm.
my high school has a pre-business program. So I take business classes during high school. And through those programs, I've been introduced to another program, a summer camp called Beta Camp.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, this is a program where a lot of young, aspiring young entrepreneurs join the program to build their own businesses in startups. And so I thought this is an opportunity. So I joined that, and together in that, I was formed with a team of other young entrepreneurs from all over the United States, as well as other countries, actually, which was super cool for me. It was the first experience for me. And so together as a team, we built and came up with companies' ideas and then put them into action.
Wow.
So that's how Earn Earnestly was built.
Wow, that's an amazing. So, how did your experience as a high school entrepreneur shape your approach towards the problem solving or innovation in your current role as an operation and social media specialist?
Yes, so for that, actually, I came to know about my internship from the program that I just mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
I joined a meeting and there was a guest speaker, and that was my mentor. So he was like, "Oh, I'm free to do internships if anyone is interested." And I was like, "Wow, that's so cool. He's such a cool guy, right?" And so I reached out to him and was like, "I'd be so down to do an internship." And he was like, "Okay, so just tell me more about yourself and we'll talk a little bit more." And that how I landed my first internship as well. So now I work as an operations and social media specialist for this like college admission secrets group where he helps other young people know how to get into good colleges. And so based on my prior experience from starting, a startup, I had to do a lot of operations work. And if someone was not able to do something, I had to be able to fill in for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was where I learned a lot of skills like social media and analysis and marketing as well. So you have to know how to do all that stuff. And that's what I use now in my internship.
Got it. So, currently you are 16 years old, is it?
Yes.
And you started business at the age of 16 only.
That was when I was 15.
Oh, that's an amazing. Okay, so you must be, facing some challenges during this journey. For example, if I talk about myself, when I started the things, people used to take me as a little girl. They didn't
Mhm.
bothered, that much that what I'm speaking. So you must be, facing certain challenges while you started your own business. So could you please tell about them?
Yes. So because I was in a program, one of the biggest challenges I had to face was actually communicating with my team members of the ones who wanted to build the startup, because we were all in different states in the US. And so we've never actually met each other before. We can't talk in face to face. So it's very hard to actually connect through that. But we did a really great job as a team of just connecting deeply and helping each other out when we needed it. So we were always very active on the group chats, and everyone had assigned roles. So, for example, someone would be like the head of design, or the other person would be the head of ideating. That way, we knew what we were supposed to do, and we had know what our responsibilities are. And so, after we sorted that out very specifically, it was a lot easier for us to actually carry out those responsibilities and work coherently as a team.
Okay. So, the group you are talking about, all the candidates in that group were of your age or they differ?
Yeah, so they were around the same age, high schoolers, and there was one who was going into college.
Okay, got it. So, so basically, you found a problem in communicating those people.
Hmm.
Got it. So, do you have any advice for the young entrepreneurs over there who want to start their career to, follow certain actions? Because when it comes to communicating, communication gap, it really, destroy the things. It is very important to have a clear and effective communication. So, could you tell some of the steps to have proper communication?
Yes, in order to have proper communication, I think first you have to know very clearly what you
Mm.
want to do and what your goals are.
Okay.
That way, you know what you're going in for. So if it's in business or anything else in life, be clear of what your goals are and then set them out first. Go into your endeavors, and then once you find people who you want to communicate with, try to first understand each other. So we started off with icebreakers first, just getting to know each other. Hi, what do you like? I like this. And then after that, you kind of built like a friendship with them, or a bond at least. And then you would work more effectively with each other. And after that, if you're in business, especially, like I said before, know what your roles are. So if you're starting a business, assign roles to each person, especially if they're young, because that way it works a lot better and easier to facilitate. Um, and after that, really just try to have fun with the process. It's for young entrepreneurs like us, it's more about the learning process rather than the actual multi-million-dollar business or anything like that. So we're really just in it to learn, and that's why we're also eager to do this.
Got it. So thank you so much for sharing these tips. So how do you balance your academic as well as your professional life?
Yeah, so luckily for me, this program was a summer camp. So it was during the summer. I had more time and no school in order to carry out these commitments. And so I was lucky then. But if you are going through this and have academic commitments as well, I'd say just plan it out. Um, know what time you have to do with this, and then block out like scheduling. Oh, okay, so maybe today I'm going to focus on my business, and then tomorrow I'm going to finish all my assignments, and then I'm going to carry on. So definitely have a schedule in mind. That's what I kind of did throughout the summer too, because I have other commitments as well. So know very clearly when and what you're going to do.
Got it. So, the age where, people are mostly get distracted by some XYZ things, you started to start your own business. And let me tell to my audience, you are, author also, a published author. So what motivates you to become a published author?
Yeah. So I've always been interested in literature as well, in writing. Ever since I was younger, I would make stories and then actually write and print them out. But they didn't get published because, because I didn't have the resources, and also because I wrote them when I was super young. So I don't know if I want them to be published. But I was landed an opportunity in the last year of my middle school. So there was like a local program founded by like the Canon Solutions America. It's like a branch of the Canon Inc. And so I was like, wow, that's so cool. So we get to become published authors in a Canon book. Oh, I was like, wow, I need to sign up for this. And then I signed up, and actually, one of my English teachers was in that program as well. So I got a lot of guidance. And we came up with story ideas, planned them out, and then the teachers guided us through what we should do. And then there were proofreaders as well. So after we finished the pieces, I had to let other people read my work, which was kind of uncomfortable at first. But then after they edit it and everything, you're like, wow, this really made my story a much, much better. So it was a very fun and really good learning experience for me. And now I have a book published.
Got it. So earlier also you told about your mentor, and this time you talk about your teacher. So I think guidance played a very major role in your life.
Yes, very much. I think for everyone as well, every single person
Mhm.
should have the ability to have a mentor, because if you have a mentor, you know where you're headed a lot more clearly. And by yourself, you might not have access to resources or anything like that. So mentors help you a lot with in that case.
Got it. So let me tell to my audience that you are a co-founder also. So tell us about that company and about your role.
Yes. So my company was Earn Earnestly, and it was like this productivity platform website where you want to stop procrastinating on your work, right? You have to get this done, but you're just like, oh, I want to put it off another day. So then you would go onto our platform, and then it was like where you put your money in, and we'd keep it for you until you finish your task, and then we'd give it back.
Okay.
Yes. So that was how we were beginning to do this. And at first, obviously, it wasn't the most successful monetary platform, because we weren't actually earning anything from that model, but we had a different model where you do subscriptions and then we would keep this for you. So the subscription model was basically our business. And so that's how it went along. And unfortunately, even though it was such a fun business for us to do as well, everyone was so busy, especially like all of us are in high school, some of us are in college. We had other commitments. So that's why we weren't able to fully go on with our business anymore. But that doesn't mean I can't stop like making businesses, right, and startups. So I'm planning on continuing with those endeavors and continuing. I have some business ideas in mind. I'll see to it sooner.
Amazing. Amazing. So you have more business ideas. That's good to know. While talking to you, Christina, believe me, I'm feeling so happy, to have you. Like, I guess I'm 22 years old and you are 16, a lot of age gap. And, I started my career in 20, when I was 20 and you started in, 15. So, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to have you. So you help, your clients in a successful social media campaign, and I'm sure you must be having successful story of any client. So could you please share any successful story of any client where you help them in social media things?
So you mean during the business or the
Yes.
internship? Oh, the
But
business. Okay, yeah. So one of our first customers was someone else from the camp, because as young high schoolers, we're all struggling with procrastination sometimes, right? So he was like, wow, that sounds super cool. So I kind of want to try this. And then he tried it out and it kind of worked for him actually. One of the goals of him was posting on LinkedIn every day in order to increase his followers. And so I had an interview session with him just to see how everything's going for him. And he was like, it worked very well. and he actually posted for like a month every single day. So we were really glad to know that it actually helped some people put off their procrastination instead and continue to become very successful in their endeavors and tasks.
Got it. So that's all from my side. Do you want to include anything from your side? Any tips or any message to the students over there?
Yeah, I just want to say, don't worry too much at this age if you're trying to anything out, whether it's business or any other commitments in life. Just try to have fun and go with the role. Mostly think of it as a learning experience. So don't be hesitant to try anything out because you never know if you never try.
Got it. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much for your precious time. And I believe the people and the students who are going to listen to this podcast, they must be, filled with the wave of motivation to start something on their own, because it's never too late or never too early to start anything. So I'm sure, and even I'm filled with the motivation to have, after this podcast, so today I think I'm going to do a lot of things which were I was procrastinating. So yeah, I'm also filled with energy. And so, yeah. So thank you so much for your precious time.
Thank you so much, Priya.